Yeah, just jumping on for a few minutes just to think. How are you, Lainey? Not sure how long I'm going to be on. Not sure what I finished or got done in the last video. There's just thousands and thousands and thousands of stories, over time. And I didn't write any of the stories at all. I didn't write any of the stories. Right? What stories? What stories, it doesn't matter. Any of the books that have ever been written, any of the, hold on a second, let's do this. Give me an animal that went extinct, or an animal that's going extinct. Like, where do they create these words from? Tasmanian tiger was hunted, went extinct. Go figure. 1936. That's the exact number for creation. Okay, 36. Now, what is 1? What is 9? What is 3? What is 6? What is 3, 6? What is 3, 9? What is 3, 1? What is 9, 3? What is 9, 6? What is 6, 1? So all these are combinations with 4 letters. Imagine you're getting it in this order, right? But imagine how many other orders there might be, right? I like to use the term of 4 because once you get to 5, right? You know what happens when you get to 5? It's either 5 plus something equals X, or it's 5 times something and 5 divided by something. So check this out. So 5 times 8. Now remember, count it to a single digit. 5 times 8 equals 40. 4 plus 0 equals 4. 8 got chopped in half by multiplying it by 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. Again, it chops everything in half. 2 builds up what 5 chops in half. Except even with 2, right? 2 times 1 equals 2. 2 times 5 equals 10 equals 1, right? But 2 times 5 equals 10 equals 1, and 10 times 2 times 1 equals 2. 2 times 5 equals 10. So we doubled up on the 5, or 1 plus 0 equals to 1, or we doubled up here, and here we reduced it by 5. You see 10, forget about 10. Just put 1. So 2 times 5 reduces to 1. So what we're looking at is these two numbers over here. So 2 times 1 equals to the same number, 2. 2 times 5 equals to 10 and is less than 1. 5 times 2 equals to half of what 2 is. It's 1. And 5 times 10 equals to 5. So 10 becomes half of what it is. And if I did 1, right? If I went 5 times 1 equals to 5. 5 and 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So 5 chops everything in half, but there's certain situations that go on while the chopping is going on. Like, I even confuse myself sometimes. It just like boggles my mind when I look at it. Like, for example, 5 times 4 equals to 20. 2 plus 0 equals to 2. 5 times 6 equals to 30. 3 plus 0 is 3. 5 times 4, 5 times 6, 5 by 8. I didn't do 7 or 5. See, we have a half number over here. Right? We have a half number over here. This one and this one are both halves. 25 and 35. If I wanted to make this higher, I would go 50 and 70. So now we double all these. And then this joins this together. The numeric value for the electric moon, right over here. Male and female, 12 and 13, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. The vibration, 432, 2116, right? 2116 is one of the Platonic solids. It's okay, my friend, no woofing here. There's a lot of woofing going on in the room. Any woofing? Hey guys, Oz? No woofing. That's Ozzy in Denver. Wherever I go, they go. The Platonic solids. So when you... when you put the Platonic solids over here, right? Whoop, hold on a second. I'm not sitting straight. And I need to take off my socks so I can hold my plug and my foot. I need a plug, hold my plug in my foot because I don't want to bend down again. So, so when you look at that, right? Now, if I understand this correctly, the dodecahedron, is that what it is? That's the dodecahedron, right? 6480. And here is the 2160 right over here. Is that what it is? 720, 1440, 2160. $720, $14.40, $21.60. Is that what it is? Oh, and I think it's $28.80 and then $3,600 and $64.80. I think that's what it is, right? Oh, that's 6 of them. Sorry, there's only 5. So I don't think the 2880 is in it, right? I think it's only like this. $21.60 inside creation where the moon comes out. This is the day, this is the moon. So we are not of what is the moon, but a connection to the day. All right, we're twins, 720, tetrahedron. 3,600 in the 4th position. We are the 300 and we are that creation. And then we come into creation. The decahedron into the sun, 864, 86, 40,000 minutes in a day, seconds. Three and 2, yes. BC. The reason I went to extinct animal is to demonstrate what the numbers say about this item. It is a rare item. So perhaps when it stands out being the rare item that it is, we get to understand the numerical value of the word. Now, how many different ways is the word said? We have to look at all the ways. We have to understand all the ways. It's not just one way. This is 360. I mean, you can take any word, and say the word day and spell it D-E-Y, D-A-Y, D-U-Y, D-I-Y, you know? I only know, I don't know. What can I know? What do I know? Not me. This is nothing to do with me. Don't look at me. If you speak about what you see in this area here, don't speak of me. Speak of what you saw. Don't say he or she or anything like that. But just say where it is, where this took place, Mr. Takpan's channel. This area of space, okay, uses only the politics of fairness. And when there's no fairness, there is reason why, and to make it fair, I balance it out. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. That's all it is, right? B is BB, you know, it's this B or it's this B. Which B is it? If I show you the X, it's BB. Why? Is it baseball 9, 27, and 27, right? You do know that. What about number 27, right? You know about number 27 in baseball, right? 27 ball, 27 base, 27 out. No, I'm just missing a whole bunch of papers. I'm quite sure I didn't leave them at home. You know, it's really crazy. I'm missing just a whole bunch of papers, and I don't want to have to leave here and come back here to get them. I hope he didn't mix up my papers with his papers. Wow, this doesn't make any sense. When did I leave? Well, how did I come to my sister's with just a book? I always come with my papers, unless I left them upstairs. Maybe they're upstairs. Wow, okay. The reason for that is pick any one of these areas and then add them up or take a screenshot. This is not the clearest one. If you want to understand what each one of these numbers are here, I'll tell you, you can do this at home. You can do this at home. 999,999 divided by 7 equals to 142,857. X and Y. So the X and Y, we want to see the X and Y. We can find the X and Y right over here. X and Y right over here. Whoa. Whoa. We're going to find the X over here and the Y over here. See, the Y and the X over here, they connect the cube. To transition from Y into X, they connect the cube. Over here, it's 104, right, or 14 communication to what it is over here, 23 BC. It goes 23 and 24 to this area space. You see there's O, 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 and O, 4 different area spaces. These two, the replica between this one goes over here. The X over here in this position is 19, which is a replica to what is 1. 10 and 28 are not the same. They're found in this, see this multitude leveled house over here? And see the way they're climbing up, the 8s, climbing up and down. This is actually the game of roulette. This is just different ways to connect, right? The game of roulette that they play, this game 36, it's 36, 36, 36, 36. And I need 36 by 48. So 36 by 48, 1728. Okay, brings on the year 5184. That's the Giza pyramid, right? Is that what it is, 5184? Okay, so what this is 48 minutes in a basketball game. It's 3 times 12 and it's 4 times 12, right? The 3 times 12 equals to what is 1 yard. The other one is going to be 4 parts, right, to equal to 48 inches. So I'm just trying to figure out, so what is this? 36 is 3/4 of what 48 inches is, and that's that area space that we reside in. And that's why basically I understand why pi is noted to be 36, because the difference in 3.14, right, if I understand correctly, okay, for pi, first of all, does anybody know anything about pi? Right? Does anybody know anything about pi? Well, why does pi exist? Why do we need a heart? So 3.1415. So what this is 999.99 divided by 7 is 1.42857, right? This is the same thing as pi right over here. So pi is going to be all these numbers. Don't forget your doorway of entry is between 3 and 4. That's the way you get in. Once you get in between 3 and 4, how do you play 5 and 6? You do know 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, they're together. These are all together. And not only that, L-O-V-E, love. All these come together. The 3, the 4, the 5, and the 6. And first of all, how you're going to say how so. And I'm going to say 1 between 2 equals to 3. 3 becomes the corridor over to 4. 4 plays within 5 and 6. 5 is 4 plus 1. 6 is 4 plus 2. The area of the 5 splits up into the quarter houses over here. This one splits up into Trinity, right? There's 2 houses of Trinity, this way and this way. Awake and asleep, the H and the I, they cross over each other. So you divide that by 7 equals, so if you go 22 divided by 7, right? It'll equal to this number over here, basically. Well, not basically, it'll be exactly that. And then you'll be using this number, 57 and 42 will equal to 999.99, right? So if you want to finish off the equation of pi, we just need to add u. You are the heart. You are the heart of a dimension that never existed. You occupy the area space, okay, that never existed. Only by the stature on the grounds that you put your feet to, that you connect that area space or the torus to you. The breath is all it takes. You are the completion of 3.141592. Hold on a second. Forget about that. I'm just going to do it like this. See these here? They're going to equal all of this over here. Did you know that this number over here, right? Choose me anyone you want, right? But there's only 6. There's only 6 sides to the cube. And once you get to the 6th side, right, that becomes what was. This becomes the complete opposite side. You are the 6 to the 1 connect, the touchdown, the opening to the 3rd gate. Game and mathematical stories. This is how I come up with this. Also using what they tell me in Genesis on day 6. Also knowing that when I split this cube on the 3 levels, I end up in the middle of these circles over here. Well, if it's a globe world, it certainly is a globe world. Look at that. It's round and round and round, and but it's not actually, there's something, there's like these different, like even in the pyramids, if you take a look at the pyramids, the different angles that they're on. So it might be describing the planet, you know what I'm saying? Depending, if you go ahead and look at the pyramids, the angles of them, I'd have to look at the numbers and think about it where they are, right? It's just got to come, it's just got to flow into the numbers itself. I can't force these things in. The X band, the X, okay, so when I think of the letter X, or my knowledge of the understanding of X, is that X, okay, comes from X and C come together. They are the reverse alphabet, right? X and C. Now, when I look at X, I know E is before the X. I know the C letter has a hard sound next to E. So the CE looks like 8, right? And the EX looks like 19. So that X factor is going to create that split house like above is below. We were talking about number 24 before, and what is number 24, or 2 and 4. And what it is here is 2 and here is 4. See the different angles they're on? They look like they're crossing like an X, right? See what I have to do to show you that properly? Is it like this, like this, like this, like this, or like this? When it's like this, the 45 angle, it's 10. When it's like this, you're going to get 4 answers: 7, 9, 11, 13. Opposite side of the cube, 1 and 6. 1 and 6. Like above is below, the difference is 5. Any differences of 5? Well, you have the difference of 5 between 2 and 7, but that's a 9, right? And you have 3 and 8, and that's an 11. No, we're going to do this. If 1 is opposite of 6, 7, 9 is opposite of 4, 13. If 7, okay, is opposite of 6, 13, then 3 is opposite of 4, 7. And if 8 and 5 come together as 13, then 2 and 5 come together as 7. The upper and the lower house, by the schematics of this cube being used all over the world in casino gambling, you have 39 to the upper house and you have 21 to the lower house. 39 and 21. I have to figure out that equation. Can you hear the dogs running up the stairs? Okay, I'm just going through some of the notes. So if Giza is the plexus, that is going to be associated to Pluto and Mars. So the vibration within the plexus and the breath. Pluto, I like to think, and this is discussable, Pluto is the breath. It brings on the 9, it brings on the birth. It comes from the spacesuit, right? So I'm thinking of as the breath, but it's, for me, it's the continuous connection to the breath that gives us the life source to ignite our body and deliver the message that is within the womb of the mother, but being delivered by the father, the machine, right? We're part of a great system, right? Are we connected from beyond, right? Is it like a bit system that no matter what happens to the system, you're always going to exist somewhere else? You get cut off from this system, zip, ooh, slept in the night, you got up the next day, it was just like, whoa, I'm on this side of the wall now, okay. Russell Walter, you're a Russell Walter. Russell Walter, they're cute, the prana, the mana. I have to think about that. It's 16:12 right now, it's purple time. Yes, so you're the 7th day of the week. Right? There is no 7 days a week. If you're going to pray the 7th day of the week, you better be praying to yourself that you're following the logic within the creation, right? Our instincts, right? Not what you think, not where you read it in a book. The minute you start to see somebody pushing differences, stop. That's like the extinct animal. The minute you begin to see a separation in something, okay, there's got to be reason for it, and there's got to be logical reason on every single level. This is 360 of creation. The question is it 2 times 180? Is it 3 times 120? Is it 4 times 90 being the corridor of your creation, of your birth, coming into existence in the trinity of the mutable cardinal fixed signs? Walter Russell, I've been trying to get on, you know what? I try to get on Joe Rogan. Well, I just sent a message, but just like that. I sent a message to tonight at 1 o'clock in the morning, I think is some guy comes on an AM station. I forget what it is. What's that AM station they come on? I had it downloaded here for a while. I don't remember. George Noory or something. And I just get ignored, whatever it is, wherever it is, because I never know when I'm going to know something new. Never, and everybody keeps, using the same old thing. Oh my God, I can't believe it. You just repeated what somebody else says. That's what I always get. Oh, you just repeated what somebody else says. Oh, I could have known that. Everything I do is all about, I could have known that. Yes, you could. But you know what? You're a plumber, and there's something else that I'd like to know. And you're an electrician, and there's something else I want to know. Oh, you're a barber? What size clipper? What length are those scissors? When they sell the scissors, do they sell them as big, small, and medium scissors? Or do they sell them by the inch, right? Do they sell it by the inch? Watch out when you're talking about length and selling by the inch. Could be the centimeter, The books, the illumination of light. You know what I like about the illumination of light? Is it's such an easy word to switch with night. You know what I'm saying? So God divided, did God divide the night and the day, or the day and the night? And on the fourth day, God divided the night and the day. God that created the light. God. So seven, God the Lord. What were all the words that were being used? Unless somebody mentions the words, I have to pick up the flow. Uh, I'm a dreamer, some on the internet. They're just a bunch of streamers. And you know, streamers are the ones. What's a streamer? At birthday parties, is that a streamer? Day and the night. So, day and the night, like day is part of like Deimos they would use in the Mars system. It's the half world of example where the E and the I they come together. When you say EIEIO, it's I before E except after creation, I and E. So they also use it as for example. Also the platform, okay, of the I shows you, okay, that the heart position is illuminated. Within 9 is 4, female. When you want to get to the next one, okay, you're going to get to the this one over here. In fact, it's these two over here, 5445. This is the way. On the other side, you have 32. That's the way. And on this side, it's communication, right? 3 and 2, BC. It's A with BC, and then it becomes D, right? It becomes D. The opposite of this one is going to be the D. They can never be on the same side. They can never touch each other. The only time the 3 and 4 comes together is over here in the voided space behind the scenes is when they join together. And when they join together behind the scenes, 5 and 6 get illuminated. It's red in the game of pool. In the game of pool, 11 ball is red, and guess what? So is the 3 ball, red. That's the fixation of this. Your creation comes in red. And not only that, like I said, the power of within us is here's your 7 come 11, the Christ power in the 88 constellations. So something about the 88 constellations, something to do with the moon, the zodiac, and the Christ oil and the energy. Did you know that both the word Jesus and Christ equals 74 and 77? That the word energy, 74, that the word Christ, 77, that both of them together equal 151, 1 through 5, 5 through 1, bringing on 2, 3, 4, a double vibration. In the upper house, when reducing, everybody knows that I reduce, okay? When you reduce, where am I over here? That isn't, okay. When you reduce from 1,000 to 500, you're going to go 9, 8, 7, and 6. And check out this complication. And I found one of my areas that my 9, 8, 7, 6 are, right? That what this is it's 9.87654321. So the beginning, the heart, and the end, okay, and from 5 to 9 is like what 5 to 1 is. So in this area of space, it's 21. In this area of space, it's 9. So this is noted to be your vibration, 432 vibration coming in with your birth. But it's a UI, 219. I'm just trying to think what it is. I have an intuition. 29 is the coming of your birth. 19 is that connection. It's the heart connection to the divided house. Possibly is the heart connection to the divided house, to the 2 hemispheres. This is all to do with the association with Mars. Not maybe, but for as much as you're listening to me, that is the association between Earth and Mars. If you say Earth, you must say Mars. Oh, the family's coming. Is Earth coming over? Okay, so if Earth turns around, it'll be Mars, right? Earth and Mars are like you cannot separate them. You cannot separate them, and it's three moons because Mars has two moons of its own. Okay, I don't know if they're the transistors or not, right? And those triangles that are flipped over, is it possibly because of the Mars moons comes and correlates itself with the Earth moon? I like to think of it this way, that Mercury is associated to the moons of Mars. And Venus gets lunar. And this is how I associate it. One of this, two of this, two of this, one of this. Venus is the second planet, Luna is one moon. Then what I do, okay, is I do this. Back to the association of 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you have Mercury, you have the Mars moons, you have the fourth planet, 4 and 1 equals 5. You have Venus with the one moon, these equal to both 3, right? And Venus goes in two directions, Mercury is always in the center. So when you're going to have basics of Venus, you're going to have you're going to get, look at that, Earth, Venus, 23 communication. Mercury with Venus, Earth. And then Venus, Earth with Mars. So what happens to Earth? Earth is an association already with Venus. Okay? The direction of this connection, right? You see this one and this one, mutable, fixed, right? Cardinal. And here we can go with the 4 signs. Fire, earth, air, water. There's different ways to associate this assembly. We also know the passage. There's one single number between these two. One single number. That's where your pi comes in, your full association. See that 7? Maybe we can call it the 7 chakras of creation. It's either that one or it's the association of 6 and 5. But there's 2 poles on the 6 and 5, okay? Even though this, you're crisscrossing 7, 11 on 2 poles, right? But this one over here, there's only 1 pole, right? So that's why I can base this. And when I look at it, over here, there's 5 left over, and over here, there's 6 left over. This is another 7, 11, and this is where your chakras run up, between the 4 and the 3, bringing the quadra, okay, into the trinity. 3 by 4 is 12, 3 plus 4 is 7, and that's the beginning of El in Elohim, or in love, Velo. 5 and 12 equals to 17. It's also going to be your full connection to Mars, 34, 51, divided 7th gate, 85 into the matrix, 102 Valentines, ending up on 9/11. When I show you this, what happened? It's the gateway passage, 1 and 9, 3 and 7. You see that? No matter what I do with it, it stays in the center. That's 1. Now the evaluation of 2 is this. It's either this way or this way. So now when it comes to association, when your 1 comes between 2, you now associate it to both ways of 4, going this way and this way. When you run it into full association, right, to the way the numbers are aligned, you're going to be looking at this. I'm just trying to remember what I just did. I took this out for a reason. Hold on a second. 51. First of all, just give me a second. I said something and I just went overboard. Okay, so, okay, hold on a second. I don't like what I just did. 3 by 4 is 12 and 7. 7 minus 12 equals to 5. 5 and 12 equals to 17. I don't like that. I've never done that before. So disregard what I just did. We're going to do this a different way. Let me use this one over here instead. 3 times 4, 3 plus 4. When you minus it, it becomes the E world. When you connect it, you see that over here? A over to E over to I. But when it becomes 19, it's not done that way. It becomes 10 and 9, 10 and 9, 10 and 9 equals to 30 and 27. There are 27, okay, single digit. There are 0 or example, okay, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And the single digit is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then there's the double digit, right? And in the house of the double digit, right, there's 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, and 99. And then what there is all the beginning, okay? Then you'll have 12, you'll have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. Whoa, we don't have 21. We don't have 20. Sorry about that. Hold on a second. I don't want to do that. I have to sit properly. Okay, for some reason, I don't have it here. I don't have it here. Okay, so irrelevant. I'll just fix it my way. 19, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 56, 57, 58, 59, 67, 68, 69, 78, 79, 89, and that's it. Okay, now I think I made a mistake somewhere. 50, let me see. Oh yeah, over here. Okay. 48, this is 49, 56, 57, 58, 59, 67, 68, 69, 78, 79, 89. Okay, here it is. There are 9 single-digit numbers. There are 9 numbers with 0 on it. There are 9 duplicate numbers over here, each one with their own mathematical equation, chapter 20. Then there are 36 individual reversible numbers. So it creates 72 and 27. Now, before I go any further over here, okay, before I go any further over there, I wish I had an overhead camera, is this. You notice 7148285, 7142885, 7142885, 7142885. So you know they're all the same, right? This is what happens when you divide 9999999 by 7. There's no other, you can try and find out if there's anything else that does this. There isn't, okay? Not in this fashion. You know what it is? It's this. When you add it, 10, 15, 22, 23, 27, 12, 13, 14, 22, 23, 27. They're all 27s. And then when you go to the other side, right, this is the 13th area, right? Here, they're not the same. Here, the algorithm changes. It becomes 1, skip 1, 1. Skip 1, 1, and then it becomes 4 in a row, okay, where 1 and 5 are involved. You see 1, 5, 1, 5 over here. So you have 1, 5 over here, right? 1, 5 over here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the 4th one over here and the 3rd one come together. Remember I told you it's a corridor? These two are the same. 1, 3, 4 are the same. 1, 3, 4. You can practically just say Canada with that. It's called the big DIC. Yeah, Madame Curie. So if you want to look a little bit deeper in there, study Madame Curie and study outdoor and indoor mercury motors, right? And I think they work with a blue stripe. I like to think of lightning when I think about that. In the game of Baccarat, it's another game where they call it the natural, right? They call it the natural inside that game. Does anybody have anything in particular to ask? I was going over a little bit earlier how, like in the last video, I went over this piece over here, where we bring the first 4 zodiac signs out. At least we have one of each of the earth and everything sign. In order to come full rotation, I must come to the 5th. Why? When I come to the 5th, Leo will repeat my fire sign. When I come all the way to Virgo then repeats my earth sign. Now you can see there's rotation. By the time I get to Virgo, I have done twice, okay, mutable cardinal and fixed signs. So there's a reason for going to everything. So when we end at 6, we also end the cube at 6. Remember, the cube, the calculator, the alphabet, anything extinct, doesn't matter how many millions of years, I just want to understand the word. And it's incomplete. I'm not finished. It's like I only began 20 years ago, assembled me for today. Now it's the next 20 years. Next month, on May 5th, it's going to be my 20th year. 20 years, day in, day out. Hit me up on YouTube. Check me out. I think I've been doing 15 years of YouTube. I think 2010, 15 years on YouTube. I scattered a few videos here and there, horrible videos. I mean, because the picture is sound, you know. Sometimes I do 2-hour videos without, forgetting to open the camera. So, yeah, we were talking about this before, and I didn't finish the C and the X. right? The X, the E comes before. When you say the letter X, it's EX. So the 24th letter gateway shows me it's over here through the moon. It's less than and not more than. So that's how I bring it. When I do these two, the multiplication and addition, the multiplication and addition shows me the beginning of pi. It also shows me what's happening between these two numbers. So if I see that happening between those two numbers, I don't have an answer for this one yet, right? But in the alphabet, 12, 13 is like 14 and 15. They're reflections, right? So I'm trying to think what this would be. Would this be 7 or would this be 10 and 11? Even though it's not supposed to, right? So I'd have 3, 4, 5, 6, and that would say love. So anyways, over here, it's H and I. Over here, one goes that way, one goes that way. Or one is going up this way, one is going this way, meaning that there's a circumference around the birth, around the like your torus that is surrounding you. Anyways, whatever it is that this is also the beginning of pi. So I was just thinking that this is also the male and the female. This one would be the moon. This one would be the sun. I don't like the way I just explained that to you. Not fair on my part. Getting a little tired. I think I'm going to go up to the crowd upstairs. Somebody asked me about the Scythians and Sethians. I'm still looking at it because we had SCY 1937. Then you have SETH. They both come there's 3 letters and only 2 letters, right? 24 into the E world, and one is a creation in Trinity into the E world, half and half. The C is the creation within the E world before you come in and before it's divided. TH is both have the teacher within inside of it. They both have the sun. The difference between Seth and Siths. You also have Scorpio in that. I'd have to look up other words with the SCY. I don't like SCY for some reason. 19 and 3, 22. The other is 24. One is 22, one's 24. The SC is 1/4 of the constellations. The other one is a separation to gateway, possibly something to do with thought within. Associations of what ES or S associations happen often at the end of the word, meaning more. Does this one still mean more at the beginning, or is it because you're connecting the upper world or the lower world, the beginning with the lower world, the connection between the lower? I'm just trying to think. The divided sun. So like above is below, the divided sun. I have to think of this. I'm getting a little tired. So I like to say when I have no answer, my only way out, right? I'm just a little tired. What else is in here? Yeah, I do want to talk about one thing. It's this piece over here. The year 2000 is 5760. Divided by 3 is 1920. Now, 30 years later, okay, the split time is the year 5775. That's the split time over here. This is when the moon, the electric moon, sky pass all come together. Electric moon, sky pass, power, everything comes together here. 13 times this is this. Okay, that's when your whole power system comes together. This is 15 years after this. We fill in the difference here. Our cycle, 1440, equals to what is the day? 2160 it's really a day and a half that you have to calculate within your coming, right? So anyways, besides that, 3 times and 4 times, divide this by 3 equals to this. 5775 is 15 years later, 15 years before, 15 years after, ends in the year 5790. Divided by 3 equals to 1930. Add on 100 years. Right. Not add on 100 years. Add on. Oh yeah, it's here. right? We have the life sentence. The life sentence. So if we multiply this by 4, wouldn't we multiply our life sentence by 4? And that would be 100 and 100. Anyways, whatever it is, 2020 to 2030. Okay? The end is prior to hitting this number, which equals to 2027. That's the number over here. The power, the ocean, creation of the cycle of the energy, Jesus, Muhammad, Messiah, tack bands, right? But the hand of God is 105. The hand of God is 105. The heart is 111. See? Inside of here, 2, 3, 4, that's all you're missing is that vibration. Inside, right? 2, 3, 4 is the 9. Right? Inside of here, you're missing 5 and 6. That's the 11. That's the white horse. So we end the end time of this. So what is this? 2 times 2 is 4 by 7 is 28. 7 plus 2 plus 2 is 11 equals to 39. And when we minus it, it equals to 17. The teacher of the angels, 1739 would be the other two numbers, this one and that one. Anyways, I'm just a little bit tired. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Torah field, Taurus field, Torah field, Taurus field, Torah field. You know, we have the scroll and we have the Torah. We have the scroll, which is I, and then we have the Torah inside the house. Is it because of we're following the rules inside the house? There's your rule or my rule, which is I rule. And then inside, that's why I look at it this way and this way. You know, am I taking a peek out? Or am I looking out this way or am I looking out this way? Take a peek out. Like, I don't see anything. Like I can't open to here. So when I'm taking a peek out, I got to do this because of my nose. I mean, but this way, look, I can see right out. Oh yeah, 2028, you know. Anyways, we're going to end it now. I got to like myself a few more times till we reach 200. If you'd like to help and support this channel, check out what I've got going on my YouTube channel, which is not very much. Everything here I'm uploading to my YouTube channel. Have a good afternoon. Speak to you much later tonight. Ciao, ciao. Or you can invite me up on anybody else's channel if you want to talk about anything on anybody else's channel. If you want me to put 2 words together on any other channel, just invite me up and I'll see what's in my mind. Usually I like to take notes when I get to a channel and read back what others say, just with the numbers added to it or the configuration of those numbers to words. Cheers.